Hey y'all, this is Renee. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to begin the series. The series is going to be talking about Deion Sanders. I am not a football person, but I do follow. He is now a coach for the Colorado football team. And so he had a reality show years ago, which I did watch Playbook. So I've been seeing him and his kids since they were small, and now they're grown adults. But I want to talk about and break down. There's a lot of people that have made videos because he's a hot topic. Anyway, I want to talk about, I've been talking about building wealth, generational wealth, legacy, family business, passing down or giving your kids a jump start in life. And I talked about how my grandfather passed down farmland, and like I'm the third or fourth generation of real estate owner, landowner. And so I've been just really inspired by Deion's life. And so I want to use him as my topic to just bring out all those different things. And we'll talk about how he's a money magnet and how he is building a family business around sports, and just share a series. So let's start tonight, and let's start with the name. Deion Sanders. Last name is Sanders. He has, there's Deion Jr., Shiloh, Shador, Shalamai, and Deandra. So he has 5 children. They all have the last name Sanders. And so with that last name, because of who he is, if you want to know, if you don't know about Deion Sanders, then I suggest you Google him. But he has gone to the highest of heights playing football. And now that he's retired from football, he's now a coach, but he's also a speaker. He's also, he has a contract with KFC. He has a contract with multiple companies. But let's start with providing a last name that your family can eat off of. Now, I know in some cases, like, for example, T.D. Jakes, he has established his last name. And I know that, for example, Pastor Sarah at one point despised having that last name. But now she embraces her last name. So the point I'm trying to make is that he has 5 children, and like how he does football, the people on the team have to earn. Like, so if I want to wear number 1, I have to earn. I have to outbeat anyone else that wants that same number. And so he also operates like that within his family. He ranks his children. And he also makes them earn, even though that they have his last name, even though they eat from his table. And what I mean is, he goes out, he gets the bread, and, they all sit down. He lives in a nice house. He drives nice cars. He travels, and sometimes on private jets, and his kids are right there with him. So they eat from his table. So they could ride just on that alone and be great. But what I love is how, because he has that philosophy that they have to earn it, because if you listen to, especially Deion Jr., he tells you, like, he's doing very well right now, but he lets you know that, hey, I had to earn my status, meaning I had to get out there and maximize on the tools and resources, his own skills to accomplish what he has accomplished, but at the same time, still taken advantage of his last name. And so I noticed that, like I said, Deion has his kids with him all the time. Matter of fact, they all go to the same college, at least 3 of them. Deion Sanders, he's Junior, is there, and he's the one that is filming everything. And so he has a YouTube channel, and he has a large following. His videos go viral. Before that, he was making his own clothes, hoodies, and he does rap. And so he has music out there that is streaming. His 2 younger sons play football. Now, of course, they have earned their spot on their own rights, but Shador, he is one of the highest NIL recipients, and it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he's Deion Sanders' son. He has worked hard throughout his life. He's played football his whole life. Now, yes, what I mean is they still get to eat from his table, meaning that, a lot of pro ball players will come, because Deion's been coaching since they were, he's coached them all his life. And so, of course, his friends that are NFL ball players, they would stop in and say hi. And, of course, he was exposed from the path that his father has made for him. And so, but he has put in the work to earn the title and the awards and the recognition on his own. And so even if, and this is another key thing that I like about the football players, like everyone is playing ball, especially on the college level, they all will testify, hey, we want to go to the next level. But he not only prepares them to go to the next level playing football, but he lets them know that the percentage is so low that even if you do not make it, I'm going to prepare you on the other half of how to be men, how to handle yourself, how to do something other than play football. And so that's one thing I do like, is that the players are now being able to get a percentage of the sales of the shirts that the colleges make. They're able to get a percentage of that as well. So they're not so inclined to say, hey, let me go play further so that I can make all this money. They're able to make some nice money while they're in college. So that is not the number one reason why they want to go to the next level. They want to go because they love the game. They love to play. And they don't get to the league and then have no place to go. They're able to make some decent money beforehand. They're able to start businesses. They're able to pursue careers. So, that's one of the things that they have to do. They're in college, so they have to get that degree as well. And so it's definitely something that inspires me because, like I said, my grandfather passed down land, and my father passed down land when he passed away. And my goal is to also keep the generational wealth going, not only for my daughter, but also for my grandchildren and their children. And so I want them to, I'm telling my daughter now, she don't like those types of conversations, but, I'm sharing with her stories about her grandfather and great-grandfather and so on and so forth, so we can keep the story strong and alive. And when you tell my, great-grandchildren about me, you could say, hey, your grandmother, she made sure that the wealth of the Rainey name is being passed down, and you're a recipient of that, and here is why. And so that it can keep going versus only lasting for a generation or two, but it will continue on. And each person will be able to tap in and use the resources that the Rainey's name has provided to them, but also become great individuals on their own and make a difference in the world, and be able to keep the giving going. And so, yeah, I'm going to continue on with the series, but I just wanted to talk about how important, Deion Sanders came from nothing. He came from a single parent, and, his why he's successful is that, he wanted to make sure that his mother would never have to work again. And, because we have to have a reason why we want to do things. And even though his children had a better life than what he had as a child, he still made them go to public schools in urban communities. So they're balanced. I think that provided a balance to them, and they're very they stand even without their dad. If their dad wasn't here tomorrow, that they would continue to be great people. Like I said, Shedeur Sanders, he's one of the highest paid. Shiloh is up there, So even when, he's playing football for the team, so they're making their own NIL money. But also, like I said, he has a deal with KFC. So the whole entire family is in the commercial. So they all receive checks from there. So, they're just not sitting back and waiting for some trust fund or waiting for inheritance. And that's just going to be icing on the cake later in life. But for now, they're standing on their own 2 feet. They're men, they're women. His daughter plays basketball at CU as well. So, she's a very good basketball player. You got 2 great football players. Deion Sanders did play football, but now he does, he's doing his own thing, making great money. His daughter Deandra, same thing. I think she helps out other up-and-coming football or athletes and help them navigate and manage their career. So, they're doing, even if their dad wasn't here, they're all doing great in their own sight. So I like how he instilled that into each of his children, to whereas, they constantly competing for, he has a rank for that number 1 position. And so stay tuned for the next part.